This is a damn good supplement, if not the best curcumin supplement on the market. I have not seen one formulate this well, especially for those who know exactly what they want or have digestion issues, because you have a lot of extra stuff in here that I think is really beneficial.
Welcome to Price Plow.
What's happening, Price Plow Nation, and anyone out there looking for a really well-formulated, new and third-party lab-tested curcumin supplement? This is Mike Roberto with Price Plow. Price Plow is a tech and media company where we cover the dietary supplement industry's news, reviews, and interviews, and have all sorts of deals and coupons that save you money on your supplement choices. So today we're going to talk about NutraBio's new Curcumin Advanced supplement. Now, before we go any further though, I'm going to state that this is not a review, mostly because I only just started taking this, and as of right now, the joints are doing pretty good. And honestly, I've never really felt curcumin to the point where I feel comfortable giving it a really good anecdotal review for myself, at least. A lot of people who are watching this definitely know that they feel great things, especially when it comes to joint discomfort with curcumin. But as of right now, I'm doing pretty good on that front. So this is not a review. However, NutraBio is sponsoring our website right now, and we are affiliated with them. So there is a business relationship that I have to be open with. But also, we do have a blog post where we cite all the sources that I'm going to be talking about here. Now, really, this supplement differentiates itself in two different ways. First off is the NutraBio way, because this is a third-party lab-tested supplement. You can go to checkmysubs.com or on NutraBio's product page and put that lot number in there, and you will get to see the third-party lab tests that come back. So they not only test their incoming materials, the NutraBio has a kind of a trust no one type of thing, and it's a good way, but they test their third-party materials internally, and then they test the outgoing product. And these are actually the laws that you have to follow. Not everyone does, but they are the laws. But on top of that, they go off and get them third-party lab tested once the batch is done, and publish that on their website as well. So that's the first thing, the first difference for those of you who are looking for a good trusted curcumin supplement. The second is the formula that's actually used. Most importantly, the type of curcumin that is chosen by the brand and which raw material ingredient supplier they go with on top of that. And then, of course, the surrounding ingredients, because the truth of the matter is that curcumin is not a well-absorbed ingredient. It's not readily available into the system, and very little gets into your actual bloodstream and gets to the joints wherever you might need that curcumin to get. A lot of it is not well absorbed unless you do certain things. And there's many different methodologies that we have here. A lot of them are discussed in another blog post we have talking about curcumin in general, and maybe we'll make a longer video here, but we're going to focus on what NutraBio did with Curcumin Advanced here. So looking through this label, right off the bat, you're going to notice something way different. I'm going to show you the capsules right now. Now, if you've ever taken a curcumin supplement, we'll show some B-roll as well. If you've ever taken a curcumin supplement, you'll know that it is oftentimes, let's see if I can get this thing to focus. Get off my face. All right, there we go. Got it to focus. You will notice that this is not an orange capsule. It's actually white, and that's because NutraBio is using Curcumin C3 Reduct from the Sabinsa Corporation. Now, for a lot of people who are in the industry, in the supplement industry, you know the Sabinsa Corporation. They're a raw material supplier that has many advanced and patented forms of ingredients, and C3 Reduct is their patented form of curcumin. There's many different ways of enhancing the bioavailability, and what NutraBio chose was the ingredient supplier that actually has curcumin extracted for exactly what they want. Now, let's take a few steps back. Curcumin actually is the orange pigment of the turmeric root. Turmeric being the spice that you oftentimes buy and put into curry and foods like that. And that's actually in the ginger family. And we're going to get to ginger in a little bit here. But turmeric is the actual root, and then curcumin is the actual pigment of that root that gives it that orange color. And it's been shown that it's actually the curcumin that has the most antioxidant potential. The curcumin inside is what has all the anti-inflammatory benefits, the cardiovascular, cardioprotective benefits, and even nitric oxide enhancing benefits. There's many different benefits, including even anti-tumor properties. We're not going to get into that too much, of course, because we can't make claims on that. And Obviously, you got to go further than just taking this, but there's a ton of different beneficial properties, and they've been shown to be from the curcumin. So when people take just raw turmeric capsules, that might give you a broad spectrum of good stuff. But when we're really looking for the joint pain, discomfort, alleviation, it's really the curcumin that seems to be providing the most. However, it goes even further. And this is where the Sabinsa Corporation has done the research, and they have a few patents for this. Now, what they claim on their website is that when you ingest curcumin, first off, a lot of it's not absorbed, but the parts that do get absorbed actually are your E. coli bacteria in your gut. Yes, we all have that bacteria. That actually reacts with the curcumin and produces these tetrahydrocurcuminoids. And those then go on to do all the work as like a COX-2 inhibitor, which actually is kind of the pain relieving component of the benefits of curcumin, where it actually has been shown in studies to basically work as well as certain non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. That's how they work. So there's a lot of just different great things that come from curcumin, but it turns out that it goes further than just curcumin itself. It's actually these tetrahydrocurcuminoids that are doing all the work, or that's basically what Sabinsa is showing us here. Now, if you believe that line of thought and you want to go and take the most laser targeted approach, these colorless tetrahydrocurcuminoids are actually what's doing most of the work. Then Curcumin C3 Reduct is the type of curcumin that you might want to try next. So there's actually two of these tetrahydrocurcuminoids that we're actually looking at, and they're Demethoxycurcumin and Bisdemethoxycurcumin. And the C3 Reduct is extracted for 95% of these two tetrahydrocurcuminoids, and you're going to get 400 milligrams of Curcumin C3 Reduct in 2 capsules of Curcumin Advanced from NutraBio. So this is really the laser targeted approach. If you've never really gotten a whole lot of curcumin, or you feel like you've gotten some, but you want to get something stronger, rather than taking more capsules, it's possible that maybe you want to try a different preparation. And this is the Sabinsa Corporations, and this is what Mark Glazer and the team at NutraBio have chosen. Now, on top of that, like I mentioned before, there's also, turmeric is in the ginger family, and actually, curcumin actually is in ginger too, and it gives it that color as well. It's just more in turmeric, and that's typically where people extract it from. But they're in the same family, and one benefit I haven't mentioned that curcumin provides for a lot of people is a lot of digestion support. And so a lot of people take curcumin for digestion support. What's better for digestion support than that, though, is actually ginger itself. We all know that, Grandma used to give us ginger ale before they added all sorts of corn syrup and crap like that. But anyway, Grandma used to give us ginger ale when our belly didn't feel good because we ate too much garbage or whatever. And so ginger has always been a great digestive tonic. So for the consumers who are looking for the digestion support, well, guess what? They've added actually an extra 100 milligrams of ginger root extract. And this is extracted for 5% gingerols, so it's mostly a pretty broad spectrum ginger, which is really good for anyone looking for the digestion support. Now, a lot of people at NutraBio are, in fact, athletes. Ginger has actually been shown, if you get enough 6 gingerol, it's actually been shown to have a lot of weight loss and fat burning potential as well. But that's not really what they're extracting for here. You might get a little bit of that, but overall, this is more for the digestive, broad spectrum support. I'm a huge fan of ginger. Like whether it's at the sushi restaurant or taking it supplementally, I am definitely a big fan of this. Now, on top of that, they've added bromelain, which is extracted from pineapple, and you have 175 milligrams of that, and that's going to add to the digestive support as well. Bromelain is a protease, which means it is a digestive enzyme that helps you break down proteins. So if you're not doing good with protein, or if like a high protein diet maybe either unsettles your stomach, or you don't feel like you're getting the full potential of the protein that you're eating, then it's a good idea to try certain proteases, and bromelain has been added as well. So this helps out with the digestion support again. However, like I said, most NutraBio consumers are athletes, so I personally think, and this is where I would use it mostly, is for joint protection. And that's where a lot of the research has shown curcumin to be very, very beneficial. And in fact, there's been studies showing like very successful pain alleviation for knee osteoarthritis. So osteoarthritis is a very big deal. Anyone who has that obviously needs to speak to a doctor and work with other, there's probably stronger drugs out there. But if you have mild pain or mild discomfort, then curcumin could be worth a shot. And this one, like I said, is laser targeted for those antioxidants that we believe are the COX-2 inhibitors that should give a little bit of pain alleviation, which is what was shown in the studies on osteoarthritis. But what's really cool about this supplement, outside of the added digestive support, which is not what I would take it for, but a lot of other people do, what is really super awesome about this supplement are that there's a three-pronged approach to the bioavailability issue. Because once again, if you just think you're going to take some curcumin or turmeric, like raw with nothing added, it's not going to live up to the full potential whatsoever. So the first option that they followed was to first off get a good form of curcumin itself, and that's where they have the Curcumin C3 Reduct. But on top of that, there's two different ways that you can also, there's many different ways, but on top of that, there's two other things that NutraBio chose to do to add to the bioavailability, and that's adding different absorption amplifiers. So a lot of times in the supplement industry, we see black pepper extracted for the black, the black pepper has that pungent spice that makes you sneeze and everything. Well, that's the piperine is the active constituent of the black pepper extract, and there is a trademark form known as bioperine. Now, bioperine is extracted for 95% piperine, and so you have a black pepper. Why is this in the supplement industry so much? Well, that's because there was a study that showed a 2,000% increase in bioavailability of a certain supplement. So we started adding this bioperine, this piperine, or this black pepper extract to all these different supplements. Well, let's take a step back and look at the actual study where they showed a 2,000% improvement in bioavailability. What were they actually trying to improve? It turned out that it was actually curcumin. Curcumin plus the black pepper extract for whatever reason. And we could show the full source of the study and get into it, but it improved the uptake by 2,000%. So by adding black pepper extract, it seems to work with certain drugs. I believe it works somewhere in the liver, and it improves the uptake of these drugs and sometimes supplements. So a lot of times you see it in all these different supplements, but it's actually curcumin, which is the one where bioperine improves the bioavailability. So simply adding bioperine to the curcumin supplement alone should increase the absorption, on top of the fact that we're using a very, very laser targeted specific type of curcumin in the first place. Then on top of that though, NutraBio did another thing, and I think this is a great idea because you might as well try to get everything you can out of the supplement. They added yet another absorption amplifier, and that is an estrogen. Now, estrogen is sold by a different company called New Science, and it is an ingredient. It's actually based upon two different ingredients, Panax notoginseng and astragalus, two different adaptogenic herbs. But what they've noticed is that they get an improved amount of uptake from certain ingredients when they take those ingredients with the estrogen itself. Now, the main study for this is with amino acids. There's a study with L-arginine uptake and estrogen working really well. This is not an amino acid. However, on the New Science website, they do talk about improved curcumin uptake or absorption as well. However, I didn't see any specific science or sources showing that that actually is true. But they are marketing it towards it. So either way, we're most happy with the choice of C3 Reduct and the bioperine 1-2 combo. But either way, we have a three-prong approach to attacking the bioavailability problem here. And on top of the third-party lab testing, all sorts of threes, on top of the third-party lab testing, I think that this is definitely the best curcumin supplement on the market because of that. But with the whole disclaimer that I have not, polished off a whole bottle of this, and even if I do, I don't know if I'm really going to feel much joint pain alleviation because things are doing pretty good on that front. But it's always, this is one of these supplements that has so many benefits, whether it's like cardioprotective benefits or joint benefits or just general antioxidant, anti-inflammatory benefits, that I think is definitely worth trying for someone who's into this and you've kind of gone down the turmeric route or the general curcumin route and really haven't felt anything. Well, maybe because you weren't really absorbing anything. And this is where this whole Ayurvedic world is of India and a lot of the people out there who are into I'm just going to say the more granola type people are into this, the whole foods and everything. Well, it does meet the science world where we are able to extract the right thing and increase absorption by adding the right ingredients to make the liver kind of uptick a little bit. And that's the whole point here. And that's kind of what I like, is like I'm kind of in between both worlds, and that's where I like to sit. Other than that, there's nothing else added. As always with NutraBio, they have a full label disclosure. There's no added like excipients. They have a special capsule process where they don't have to add a bunch of rice flour or crap like that. But in general, my take is this. If you're looking for an anti-inflammatory, yes, this is a great ingredient, but at the same time, it might be kind of like putting lipstick on a pig. If you have a terrible, terrible diet, I don't know if you're going to feel much. If you're inflamed, you're inflamed. I don't know how much, a couple extra, drugs or ingredients are going to help solve the problem. They might mask the pain, but at the same time, you really need to take a look at diet. If you really are concerned about inflammation or just being fat in general, the main things that I would always suggest are to drop the sugars, drop the refined grains, and drop the industrialized processed seed oils like canola oil and vegetable oils like soybean oil, if that's even a vegetable, soybean oil, corn oil. Get that stuff out of the diet. And those three things, the refined grains, the seeds, the seed oils, the sugar, those three things are the most pro-inflammatory things that you can put into your body. And if you get rid of them, then you're going to do a whole lot better in the first place. But on top of that, yeah, I do think curcumin is awesome. I do think, though, getting rid of the toxic stuff in the first place that people have in their diets, especially those seed oils, I'm starting to think those seed oils are actually worse, like canola oil and all that. I'm starting to think that's actually worse than sugar itself, especially if you're not an athlete. Sugar probably has no extra place in your diet, but those seed oils really have no place in your diet. Get rid of those, and I think you're going to feel better than pretty much any supplement's going to make you feel. And that's the honest truth. But not trying to unsell this, because this is a damn good supplement, if not the best curcumin supplement on the market. I have not seen one formulated this well, especially for those who know exactly what they want or have digestion issues, because you have a lot of extra stuff in here that I think is really beneficial. So thanks again for watching. This is Mike Roberto with Price Plow. Would love to get into some of that stuff, those seed oils and all that later on. We'll do that. But in the meantime, you can subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for the notifications, and check out priceplow.com/NutraBio, where we have videos of our plant tour with Mark Glazer and NutraBio showing the actual the process and talking about how supplements really are regulated, and that Mark actually is following the laws by testing the incoming products, testing the outgoing products, and publishing those third-party lab tests that you could take a look at on checkmyself.com. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Welcome to Price Plow.